Come on, mate.
What's wrong
The
with
Don
you?
doesn't sound happy there, does he?
You got to do better.
Sounds like someone's getting fired in there.
The hell's wrong with you lot? Your levels are dropping.
It's Ty in there. Mate, I think Ty might be getting the old tic-tac.
That's just appalling.
What, out
That's
the door?
poor.
Getting the elbow, mate, yeah.
What, latest sunshine?
Yeah.
For good.
Hopefully. The Don's not happy.
Ty, you alright?
We're in a title race. You've got to be putting chances like that away.
Rocket Mobile gets you unlimited data, calls and texts for just £16 a month. Plus your invite into the Rocket Perks programs. It's the plan for the real fans.
Yes, everybody, welcome back to DR Sports. Welcome back to Live at 5, as we are every single weekday here on DR Sports, covering the World Cup and all extra news that comes out of the football world. And it's pretty hot in here, as I think I've said every single show since basically this heatwave started. And what's not hot was Scotland. I got to lie.
Scott's not hot.
Scott's not hot, and it's still on my mind because I don't support Scotland, but I was still irate with how they've been playing this World Cup. Obviously,
you know what? I'm going to say this, right? And
Yeah.
Listen.
Introduce me or?
I was literally about to do it, but you wanted to say his thing, bro. I was about to do it, but you wanted to say your thing. Obviously, you've got Laurie on my left-hand side, and then further on my left-hand side, we've got the man with a battery pack that's currently killing his phone. It's Alex as well.
How are we, gents?
Boiling. But feeling good.
Oh, mate, do you know what? It is way too hot, isn't it? I know.
Actually,
it's
me
well
and
hot.
Dylan was saying that today is not as bad as yesterday.
Yesterday was worse.
I mean, in Liverpool, it's 33 today. Down here, it's
31, I
currently
think.
31.
Yeah.
And it's very rare for it to be hotter in Liverpool than it is London, but there you go. The sun
Well,
has
it was
shone
always that
on
thing. It's like
Merseyside.
it's hotter in Bournemouth than it is in Greece.
Malaga,
Malaga,
yeah.
that's it. Yeah, but
Yeah.
every single time around this time of year, kind of slightly unfortunate.
But you know what it is, though? It's a different
It happens
type
a lot
of
now.
heat, though, isn't it?
Nah,
It's
man.
been very humid.
Look, I've been in Qatar, 35 degrees. I've been in Morocco, and it's just not.
No,
it's just,
London heat and city
to be
heat
fair,
in England
New York
is
City
different.
heat is a disgrace as well. It's way
It's city
too much.
heat.
But you know those people, and you see them all coming out the woodworks at the minute on social media saying, "Oh, how can anyone complain about this? This is what we should have every day." Blah blah. If you complain, then get out and all this stuff. It's like not 33 though. We all like a bit of sun, but not 33.
Are you're
23 is fine.
summer over winter guy?
Yeah, of course I am.
Yeah,
of course. I
you
am.
as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I know you get.
I am.
You're,
yeah.
you're
I mean,
always
even
cold.
me, don't get me wrong, I love the heat. But yesterday, man, that was... And the thing
Yeah.
is, it's so humid in London as well that it's just... And I sweat quite a lot.
Nice.
It's the body's thermal system kicking in, but it can get a bit uncomfortable when you just sweat in the minute
Yeah,
you step
I'm
outside.
starting to slightly. I know I've been slating them quite a lot. I understand the hydration breaks a little bit in some of the stadiums. Obviously, not all the
Not
stadiums.
when the roof's on and it's
when the
19
roof's on and the
degrees.
aircon's on, then yeah, obviously no.
But let's talk about Scotland.
Yeah,
I'm
because
shaking.
what I couldn't understand with Scotland the entire time was, and I was saying this on the stream yesterday with Ty, and Ty agreed with me. He basically said, what I kept saying, Scotland have come to the World Cup with too much tactics, too much of a plan. They've gone, okay, we're going to play a certain way. We're going to play, with our goalkeeper. They've practiced that in training for months and months and months. But and then if you're Scotland coming up against Brazil and co, you don't try and play like that against them. And it took 2.5 games for them to go, you know what? Should we just whack the ball up to Scott McTominay and see
No, but
what
you know what
happens?
it is, right? And listen,
And they actually got some chances.
qualified on merit, and so I'll give them credit for that.
They haven't
Fans have
qualified
been-
yet.
No, I'm talking about for the World Cup.
Oh, for the World Cup, yeah.
Right, so they got there on merit. Fair play to them. The fans have been fantastic. Nobody can dispute that. But the football's been buns, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it real.
Great word.
Buns. They've been garbage. Let's have it right. That first game, when they were like hooping and hollering against Haiti, like, bro, Haiti were the better team in that game.
I think it was
watched
their
that game.
first World Cup win in however long though, so you got to allow them to celebrate a 1-0 win against anyone.
but I think
in
it
a
went
World
over the
Cup.
top, and then the fact that they was going on and on. It was Haiti. Haiti were the better team. You got the goal. It was very fortunate. And then you go into the next game against Morocco. They were poor there. And then last night they got smoked. And I just think, like... I think as well that Scotland, they say teams are often a reflection of their manager.
Yeah.
I look at Steve Clarke, one of the most dour people in football. Let's be honest. The man can't crack a smile for love or money.
He just looks. It's his eyebrows as well. Just constantly angry. I don't know what it is.
And
Not in like that
I'm gonna say
Ancelotti
this
way.
here. You guys
No.
can. I know I'm going to probably get stick for this from our Scottish.
Here we go.
But I think they've been woeful. I really do. Now that's my opinion. I'll leave it over to you guys. But to me, I think they've been poor.
I think their support it just doesn't ever really match up with their on the pitch kind of credentials, quality level. They have definitely got some of the best fans in the world. We've seen all the Boston,
I did say that.
the Red Sox. I know you said that.
Oh, in Miami. it's been
Seen him in Miami doing drinking bars dry,
Yeah.
and there wasn't any fights. Like everyone said, "Oh, we love the Scots." As soon as the English turn up, then the police start coming out. But in terms of like on the pitch, I saw what Ian Wright said about them the other day, and it was very. It just rang true. You couldn't really say what he said was a lie at all. He just said someone is letting down that nation. In
Yeah,
terms
man.
of, when you look at the kind of infrastructure in Scotland, which is probably really good at Celtic and Rangers, and outside of that, I'm assuming, shoot me down if I'm wrong, but I'm just assuming that it's a little bit more. I just don't think they have the best pool of
No, but I can understand
maybe
not having the
future
best
athletes to choose
the
from.
best pool of talent. But what I'm saying, in none of those 3 games have they gone for it and
No.
looked like they wanted to be enterprising and score and entertain. And a lot of those fans some of them would have gone to extreme lengths to afford the money to get out there. I
Well-
just don't think the team have shown anything of any note.
To give them a minimal amount of credit, I think they did start kind of going for it once they clocked on to the fact that their World Cup spot in the quarterfinals is now in jeopardy. Because they finished 3rd in their group, and before kickoff, they were 2nd in the table of top 8 teams to go through with the 3rd place teams. After losing, they've dropped to 6th. Bosnia are the only have got 1 extra point, or maybe even 3 extra points. Bosnia are now top on 4. Bosnia are probably going to go through. Bosnia and Herzegovina, if I've said that right. But Scotland have a -3. Those 3 goals they
scored
conceded.
1
So
goal.
what it was if they'd won the game, they were 100% going through to the knockouts. If they had drawn the game, it was 99.9% sure they're going to the knockouts. If they conceded 1 goal, it was 86. 2 goals, it was 75. 3 goals, it was 49. So they are now 50-50 of going through to the knockouts.
Let's have it right, man. They've scored 1 goal, which was basically an own goal. And the 3 performances they've put forth have been woeful.
Yeah, terrible.
They don't deserve it. I mean, even the manager said, we're going home. He's pretty much given up on it himself.
Well, they still have a shot. It's just how about the other teams failing to get in, which
Do
statistically,
you want to
according
see
to the
them
BBC.
anymore, Scotland?
Well, if they do go through, they've got 1 more game. They got 1 more game and they'll concede another. I don't even know who it could be against, but it'll be against one of the top teams.
I think it's a bit of a travesty that they'll be going through, to be honest. Terrible.
If I was a Scottish fan, I would obviously have just enjoyed the whole experience of being at the World Cup. And if you're at the World Cup as a Scotland fan, you're probably just having a fantastic time in Scotland. I mean, you're having a great time in Miami, in Boston, and everything. But if you're just a Scotland fan and looking at the football, I'd be furious.
Yeah.
Same with like Wales in the last World Cup in Qatar. Were toothless.
I've watched
3
all
games,
3 of their
knocked out,
games.
end of story.
I've watched all 3 of Scotland's games in their entireties. And honestly, they've been poor in all 3.
I think
They scored 1 goal, which was an own goal. And that was against Haiti. I mean, come on.
pretty much was an own goal. I mean, I saw Robertson's mistake for the first goal. I think, listen, they stand a better chance of getting a result if they don't do that in the 7th minute. I mean, you can help doing stuff like that sometimes. And do you know what? As grumpy and as sodden and as kind of downbeat as Steve Clarke is, he's telling the truth.
He is.
But you don't want your national team manager to be almost that honest. There's got to be a bit of spin,
I'm a
bit
bit
of
worried
positivity.
that possibly
There's
he'd have been
still
like
a
that the
chance that we
entire
can go
time.
through. I promise the style of play will be better in the next game. We've had more time as a group. We can actually go for it a little bit more. To say, like, what I mean, I saw a quote. It's basically like, we're going home.
Yeah, but like, what?
Like, come on,
if
mate.
that's what he's been like now, what was his messaging in the build-up to the World Cup?
And you know what? The players really respect him highly as well.
Yeah.
There is actually a strong bond between him and the players. But I think there comes a time, especially at a World Cup with Scotland, by the way. I mean, what an honour it is bestowed upon him to even be the manager at Scotland's World Cup. And credit to him, he's got them there. But when you're there, go for it, right? You've got all these amazing fans who have paid hundreds of thousands, millions between them to be there. and you're turning up saying we're going to go out. I hear it. You're probably right. I saw earlier there's maybe a 56% chance that they go through to the next round based on...
It's now, so someone in the chat saying after last night's results, it's now less than 40.
Okay, so there is still a chance. So as the manager, hold on to that. Say, look, there's still a chance. In the next game, I know we haven't necessarily been an attacking threat, but we will look to change that because we're at the stage of the competition now where you can't really have no more warm-up games. You've got to go for it. And I actually feel sorry for those Scotland fans.
I do.
I actually do feel sorry for
Scotland
them. I mean,
now
they've had a great
7th, by
time,
the
so I
way.
don't feel that sorry for them. They've drained their bank account.
So Scotland are 7th with 3 points, and then Cape Verde are 8th with 2.
Scotland have played all their games
But
now.
the team, so Cape Verde on 2, Belgium on 2, Congo on 1, Ecuador on 1, Senegal on 0. All of them still have a game to play.
So Scotland don't.
No.
It's unlikely that they'll go through, really.
So they need 4 of Cape Verde, Belgium, Congo, Ecuador, or Senegal to not win.
Could happen. But you're at
I mean,
that
there have
stage
been
now,
some
you've got to
disappointing
go.
teams at this World Cup, and you mentioned a couple of them there. Belgium and Senegal have both been very disappointing.
Uruguay.
Yeah.
Uruguay.
Well, I think Senegal haven't been disappointing. I think they've been good, but they've just been beaten. I don't know if that makes sense.
No.
They
In
weren't
France,
bad
I thought
against
they were
France.
good.
They just couldn't
I've-
finish.
Yeah.
Getting
Well,
that in
like
their
Sarr
other
They
gets
game.
an
made it
absolute
difficult
golden
for
chance.
70 minutes for France.
But
Yeah.
in their other game, they were poor, man. I mean, Koulibaly, what you do?
Oh, against Norway.
Yeah, they were
Yeah, no, to
terrible.
be fair, that game was worse. That game was definitely worse. But even then, like,
Belgium have been... They've
like
been
Cape Verde are playing Saudi, Belgium are playing New Zealand, you've got Congo playing Uzbekistan, Ecuador are playing Germany, and Senegal are playing Iraq. You'd think maybe Cape Verde can beat Saudi, Belgium should beat New Zealand, DR Congo could beat Uzbekistan, Ecuador, I don't know if they'd beat Germany, and Senegal could definitely beat Iraq. So
I
Scotland,
mean, Ecuador have been disappointing. I mean, a lot of
Ecuador
people
have been
hadn't.
disappointing, yeah.
But at
And they're
least
playing
I've seen
Germany.
a couple of their games. They have tried to go forward. It's just not been good enough up top.
Yeah.
When you've got Ene Valencia up top, it's not hard to understand why.
Cart horse these days, isn't he?
But with Scotland, man, I mean, come on, bro. Like, yes, as we said before, you did great to get there. The fans have been fantastic. But I just think the performances in none of the 3 games have they impressed me whatsoever. And then in the last 2 games, Morocco and Brazil, they've just been bereft of any ambition.
Actually,
which I
to
was
be
very
fair,
disappointed.
just looking at Group H as well, if Cape Verde were to get something against Saudi Arabia, Uruguay are probably going to lose to Spain. So therefore, Uruguay would become a 3rd place team, and they'd only have 2 points. So that would be an extra possible boost to Scotland.
Yeah.
There are teams that are currently 2nd that could drop to 3rd who have worse statistics. So Iran, for
I
example,
almost
2nd in
think
one group.
whatever
with 2
happens
points.
with Scotland's kind of fortunes from here on in, whether they get that 40% and they
They're out
scrape
next
through,
round anyway.
he's got to go.
Yeah.
Like,
Start fresh.
and the weird thing is, isn't it? It's like how many amazing Scottish managers there have been at club level. Jock Stein, Sir Alex, Kenny,
David
Bill
Moyes.
Shankly,
are you
David
doing?
Moyes. I'm just playing with a pen. So I do think,
Would you put Graham Souness in there?
I'll tell you what, he'd get a tune out of them though. He'd
He's
get
a
them there.
controversial figure, but he was a good manager.
Do you know,
He'd go and plant a
I heard
Scotland flag in the middle of the pit, yeah.
I heard a great story. Apparently, he said when he was going up for the toss with the Brazilian captain at the time, might have been Zico, it might be wrong. I think it was 1974 World Cup, and the refs like tossed the coin, and they've all shook hands, and he's gone, "May the best team win," and Graham Souness has gone, "I hope not." I hope the best team don't win. Big up, Souness. Liverpool legend, by the way. Let me get that lid.
And also, by the way, just like, so I'm looking at some of the other games, obviously Scotland, Brazil. Actually, this is another thing I wanted to, how much did you properly lose that? Have you properly lost that, Alex? The other thing that I'd say is in that game was Brazil cementing themselves really within one of the top teams that could possibly win this competition. Because I remember when I did the 12:30 show with you a while ago, I was very saying I think Brazil are going to do
Still got
well,
a
and
lot
then
of
they
work
didn't
to
do
do
well
for
in
me.
against Morocco.
Yeah.
But back-to-back 3-0 wins.
They were
Vinny
gifted.
Jr. has got 4 goals now.
Yeah, they were gifted the 2 of the goals at Scotland.
Maybe you score
I know
what
you
you can
score.
score.
I just think performance-wise, chemistry-wise, at the minute they're so heavily reliant on Vinicius to score, and this is actually his best kind of purple patch ever for Brazil. I think he's only scored 5 goals before this, or 6. Now he's
I'll
got
check it
4 in
now.
a row.
What
in
I
the
would
World
say
Cup.
about
4 in
Brazil
3
is,
games, yeah.
I tipped them to win the competition beforehand. I just think the competition being in America, I thought that would help them. I mean, you saw the amazing fan base they got over there. What I would say about Brazil is that they could be one of those teams that start a tournament slow and grow exponentially, and then all of a sudden they're in the final and winning it. But they haven't been exhilarating so far. But what I would say straight away is it's going to take a really good team to beat.
He had 9 goals for Brazil in 49 games. Vinny Jr. before the tournament started.
Yeah, it's not great.
9 goals and 10 assists in 42 games.
It's going to take a good team to beat them.
Yeah, I think Brazil are, as you allude to there, like incrementally getting better and better and better as time goes on.
And you can see yesterday they were playing with a certain confidence and swag. But then having said that, by that time Scotland have pretty much given up on it.
Yeah.
So it was easy for them to look good.
I
can't stress how badly Scotland have been, to be honest. I really expected a lot more. I mean, listen, I wasn't expecting them to blow up the spot and, you know what I mean? But I just thought that they would have been so much better than they were. They've been so disappointing.
Yeah, I do think in general the South and Central American sides have been a little more hit and miss than I thought they would be. Like, so as you said before, Ecuador, I think have been fairly disappointing this tournament. They've never had massive firepower. They've done what they did before. Like, they've barely conceded. I think have they conceded? I think it's 2 clean sheets they've had. They won 1-0 and drew 0-0 or something like that. I think Ecuador have been disappointing. I'll tell you who I'm very impressed by is Mexico. They've lost 1 in 13 across these 3 games. They've won 1-0, 2-0, and 3-0. Not conceded a goal. And they're obviously playing at the Azteca helps. Yeah. That's fantastic for them with such a historic, incredible stadium with so many mad Mexican fans.
I'm happy for them. I mean,
I am very impressed with, but even football-wise as well.
Even Ochoa came on for 10 minutes.
Yeah, have you seen this?
His 6th World Cup.
Yeah, Ochoa played
brilliant.
10 minutes, and then I think he's not playing again in this tournament.
When a country's hosting a tournament and they do well, it helps the tournament very, very much.
Yeah, of course, and it helps not only the tournament, but look at the impact that this could now have, the legacy it could now leave on Mexico City as a city.
That's right.
I know they've hosted the most World Cups, Mexico, but
they do love their football.
Oh man, they are nuts about football out there. And I've been to Mexico games at the last World Cup, and they bring the noise, they bring the colours, the flavours, the everything. And I'm buzzing for them that they've not only won 3 out of 3, but they've not even conceded a goal.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's what I mean. I think Mexico are being... Are they the best of the 3 home nations?
Yeah.
Because the US... This is the thing.
On paper, you'd say America.
You reckon on paper America?
Yeah.
But I think Mexico have looked the most like America
Mexico
were fantastic.
Got a better footballing culture and history than America. But on paper, because there's 9 of the 11 starters playing the Prem, you'd have to say America on paper. But mate, send America down to the Azteca, see how they get on.
This is what I'm saying. If you send send Mexico to the US to play, they're still giving the US a game.
Yeah.
You send the US to Mexico, I don't know what's going to happen there.
It's a bit like when they say, but can he go to Stoke on a cold, rainy
Can the
night
US
on a
go
Tuesday?
to a hot, rainy, hot, sunny afternoon?
Aren't those games played at altitude as well?
Yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah.
So that helps.
Yeah, Mexico's high. Yeah, Mexico City's high up in the air. And that's a stadium that England may have to go to as well for the round of 16.
Right? Yeah.
We'd have to be better than what we was the other night.
Got a few Mexico shirts in the in the
Well, actually, what's your assessment? Because I've not spoken to you since the game, Alex. What's just your assessment of that England game? I know you'd have said it on other shows before.
No, I haven't actually. This is the first time. I was impressed with the first game in terms of we'll concede 2, but we'll go for it and score 4, which hasn't been the case before. Especially at major international tournaments for England, they actually went for it, showed a bit of minerals, and yes, it was a kind of last minute goal that killed them off in the first game. To score 4 goals at a tournament can't be sniffed at. Then you go into the Ghana game, and I actually think England weren't too bad. I agree with Jude Bellingham. I think one of the Ghana defenders should have probably won man of the match. I think it's just quite easy to give it to Jude, isn't it? Sanaya was good.
Really good.
But it all comes down to moments, and Harry Kane, from 6 yards out on his left foot after Bellingham's header, can't convert it.
My first thought was France.
Yeah.
Straight over the bar again.
Yeah. So again, you would.
My first thought was the Juju man got to him.
Well, there was this witch doctor that's been on LBC this morning saying that he's lifted the curse, and he now loves.
The curse now.
Now he said he's going to call his son Harry Kane. He said he loves Harry Kane. He just had to put this curse on him for 1 game.
Until he was fuming.
And not being funny, it kind of worked.
Is the
Mr. Sitter from 6 yards.
The clairvoyant must be fuming, the one that predicted the UFO to go and abduct all the players.
I saw
during
that. What was
Scotland.
that about? As
It's
well?
some like clairvoyant who's got like 26 million followers on Instagram has claimed that there was going to be a UFO abduction.
Do you know
during
what? I'm not just
Brazil-Scotland.
saying this, but the most UFO sightings ever in the world have all been in Mexico.
Really?
And it is close to like a US kind of Navy base, and that's where a lot of UFO
Where's Area
activity
51?
happens. I couldn't tell you exactly, but yeah, man.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just think with
Not that
England,
I'm like, well, I am a bit of a conspiracy theorist. This is more of a chat for me and Jason because we send each
Jason
other
loves
UFO stuff
conspiracy
all the
theories.
time. I definitely know that there's UFOs.
you definitely know that
100%,
there's
yeah.
UFOs. Oh, I'm completely convinced that we're not the only
Bit
life
off
out
topic
there.
this, but
We aren't the only life out there. And I've been reading and watching so much space stuff recently.
we are the only life out
No,
there.
we're not. No, we're not.
Oh no, I was gonna say,
100% no.
Of course we're not.
100% no. Of
course we're not.
I don't know how much life there is out there, but you know, it's
All
not.
the files got released, didn't they? And then you know who blocked them all
Yeah.
about the UFO stuff. So
Not just the UFO file. Yeah,
Who did we-
anyway.
Who do we think
Anyway.
has been the pretty much
Best
everyone's
team?
played twice? Who do you think's been the best team so far?
I've been
still
very
go
impressed. France have been the heavy hitter side.
Yeah.
That's been very impressive. I've been so impressed with Ivory Coast though. I really have. I know
yeah,
they lost to
Monde's
Ger-
made the most dribbles out of anyone at the tournament.
Has he? To be fair, he's good at that. I'll give him credit. Have you read his? I'm assuming you've read his Players Tribune.
What does it say?
Well, it's just very, very touching about him and his sister and his family and his
No, I
like
haven't
upbringing.
checked
It's
that.
if,
Did that come
especially
out today or something?
it came out last week.
Okay.
It's I'll go and read it. It's
Yeah, yeah, I
very,
will.
very moving. It's really moving.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
hopefully we buy him as well.
Yeah, well, that's
From-
what I'm
from what I've
recommending it to
heard,
you. I think you'd really enjoy
I had
it.
David Lynch on the COP TV yesterday, who's like a tier 1 trusted LFC journalist, and he was like, maybe in the week we might see that.
Well, you had a bid rejected already, and you were preparing a second one. This is the latest news in the last couple of days.
I think we're now going back to our own boardroom and saying, is it 100%? We want to throw all the kind of eggs at this one.
Mate,
we
he's
want
good.
all the eggs in this basket. And from what I've heard from him, which you can go and watch on COP TV, I'm not, this isn't off camera. It's all on camera. So I think we get him. And I think he is definitely seen as the top target. So
Yeah, I just think Ivory Coast, I think, have been the most impressive out of the African nations for
Yeah.
sure. I think they were so unlucky not to. Obviously, you take your chances, don't take your chances. It's hard to say someone's unlucky to lose in a World Cup game because at the end of the day, it's basically
Yeah.
semi knockout and then it becomes complete knockout. If you lose, you lose. You don't take your chances. But I think obviously they're playing Curacao. I think they've got a very, very solid chance of going through. Ecuador against Germany as well. These are two of the games. These are the next set of games tonight. And my kind of hot takes, I was discussing hot takes a few days ago with my friends. And my my wild card prediction was that I think Ivory Coast have a solid shout of getting into the semi-finals of the tournament.
Really?
Really, I really do.
Fair play.
Depending on obviously, it really depends on the route. But if Ivory Coast can get a semi-favourable route, like Germany were fantastic in their first game against Curacao, obviously scored 7, and Ivory Coast pretty much had them on the ropes for a long time.
Well, they had to nick a last-minute winner to.
Yeah, Undav is having the maddest, massive 3 goals, 2
I've been
assists in
impressed
60
by
minutes.
Germany.
I've been
both
impressed,
games.
but that's why I've been saying that I think Ivory Coast have been super impressive.
Shout out to South Africa. I mean, when they
Bafana,
played that first
Bafana,
game,
bro.
yeah, they're through.
Yeah,
When they played that first game against Mexico, everybody said, "Oh, these guys are completely out of it." But
I mean,
somehow
it
they've
does.
managed
I
to
mean,
get through to the next
yeah,
round.
Sitol's had a great redemption arc.
Yeah.
After probably putting in one of the worst. Is it Sitoli?
Sitol. Come on, man.
I know. I just watched
Is that a Freudian slip? But yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's very
Sitoli.
different.
But
That's
anyway,
a very different thing.
South Africa, I watched their first game. They played the opening game against Mexico and they were pretty poor. But they've got better since then and they are now through to the next stage, which a lot of people will tell you they've probably overachieved in doing that because not too many people thought that was going to happen. But
Are we a
in
bit-
terms of answering my own question about who's been the best team so far, I think you'd have to say France. But I have been impressed with Germany and... yeah, the
Have you-
Netherlands have looked pretty good as well.
This is what I was saying, because the Netherlands are another team. Have you maybe changed your mind a bit about who the heavy hitter favourites are this tournament? For example, due to obviously like the opening 2 games, for example, obviously England playing so well against Croatia, but then being, I think, really dire against Ghana, especially considering the opposition. which is, I think, something Harry Kane alluded to, but he said it in a very poor way. But then obviously France have been great. Spain have had one good game and one really poor game. Netherlands have been surprisingly good. Obviously, Gakpo's always good on the international stage. Sweden have had the maddest tournament, I think, of anybody, winning 5-1 and then losing 5-1 immediately afterwards. 12 goals across the 2 games.
Yeah, nuts.
Yeah.
I feel like
there's only a few teams that are like 100%ers. So France are 2 wins, 2 games, 2 wins. Norway are.
Yeah.
USA. Sorry, not USA.
Germany.
Germany. USA as well. So yeah.
Obviously, Brazil have played.
And
played
Mexico.
all 3 games. Yeah.
3 games, 3 wins.
Well, Mexico are the only team to have won 3 games.
Yeah.
This
shout
tournament.
them out, man.
Yeah, no, I think that's what I said. I'm not just beating them up because I got them in my sweepstake with my mates.
But
yeah.
for South Africa, just to go back to them quickly, as like I said, after their first game, no one would have said that they would go through.
They were so
But to
bad.
go through in a group that also contains Czech Republic and South Korea.
Have you been maybe disappointed by South Korea then? The fact that they've ended up finishing 3rd after obviously they won their first game.
Yeah.
They won their
Czech
first game
Republic
and they were very good.
Disappointing as well, aren't they?
Yeah, but did we
One
really ever expect much from them?
I expected them to get more than 1 point, if I'm being honest.
They're not fantastic.
They
No,
took Ireland's place as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Shocking.
So yeah,
And in club news, by the way, you've confirmed Hincapié.
we have.
New
Yeah.
contract.
Yeah.
We only
Well,
just
they
signed
signed
him.
it permanently.
No, because
it was a loan, wasn't it?
It was loan.
It was
yeah.
a loan with an option to buy.
Sporting.
No, it was,
Leverkusen.
Leverkusen.
Oh, that was it, of course. I didn't know it was a loan.
Yeah, it was a loan with a.
People were sniffing around, aren't they?
Good player, man. Very good player. One of my favourite.
Not
players
against
in the-
Diamonde the other night. He got absolutely
He did.
whiss up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think like
See you
he's.
next season.
It's 34 million quid.
34.5.
Which
Yeah,
34.5, which
How old?
now considering he's 20, I want to say he's 25 or 26.
Great name that
Hincapié.
as well.
Piero.
Piero Hincapié.
24.
Yeah, good age.
I mean, he's worth so much more now than the 34 million pounds. Because you signed him on a loan with an option to buy because you were being hamstrung slightly by UEFA's rules. UEFA's
That's right.
their financial rules, because you can only spend 70% of your revenue, obviously, if you're in UEFA competition. That's why you signed him on loan with an option to buy, and then you've ended up actually probably getting a steal for him because he's now, I would say, he's definitely worth more than that.
Yeah,
If you look at the rate that some of the fullbacks are being valued in the Premier League, you got Lewis Hall who's 50, 60 million pounds, etc.
And he can play right back.
I think you valued
or left back, sorry. Left back.
you valued what's his name, Calafiori at like 50 to 60 when there was some sort of rumours between him and Real Madrid, obviously before they ended up going and signing Dumfries and co. I think
No,
34 million pounds for him is
Hincapié, every
fantastic.
Arsenal fan will tell you he's been a favourite at the club this season. Good player.
And he's a.
player.
Do you think bona fide
Great
starter
attitude.
next season as well? Then bona fide starter next season.
Well, I mean, there's competition for places, but listen, he's definitely one of our better players at the club, 100%.
What do you think could be the biggest upset in this World Cup? Maybe
We've seen
heading
one
into
of
the
them already.
knockouts.
Turkey going out.
Yeah.
Is that an
games to-
upset?
Yeah, Turkey. I mean, that group as well. United States, Australia, and
I
Paraguay.
wouldn't say it's an upset
Wouldn't you?
because I don't think they. I mean, I know everyone has them down as their dark horses before any tournament starts, but
But seriously, if
I don't
you'd
think anyone
have said
actually
to me,
thought-
right, before the tournament, in a group that contains United States, Australia, and Paraguay, that Turkey would not qualify,
yeah, no,
I
you'd
would
be
have said
shocked.
no chance.
You'd be shocked.
So I think that's a massive.
I guess, yeah, the fact they finished 4th, considering that basically, 65 to 70% of the teams that play in the competition go through to the next round.
Yeah. I mean, when
it's
people
32
were
of the 48
labelling them
teams.
dark horses, I never saw that. But even so, to not have acquired any points so far in their 2 games.
Actually, there's a good comment here from Wolves at Wolves FL or Wolves FI. It says we have the most expected. So basically, because obviously now some of the groups are pretty easy to predict them. Like you'd say England most likely to finish top of their group. Please do, because I've got flights to Atlanta and I can't go to Atlanta if England don't go. If England don't get through top, as I've mentioned before. But he says the most likely quarterfinals are France versus Morocco, Spain versus USA, Brazil versus England, and then Argentina versus Portugal. And then it would be the winner of Brazil, England, and Argentina, Portugal play each other. And then the winner of France, Morocco, and Spain, USA then play each other.
There's some serious teams in the tournament, man.
I feel like it's going to go from suddenly. This is where, like, because I really, really enjoy when you get to the third round, and this is where I start to kick in. Because I think I've been saying recently, I'm finding it a little harder at the moment to get properly into all of the games and invested in the World Cup because slightly because of the timings. Because, you know, some of the games are on at 2, 3, 5 a.m., which is just, I just cannot stay up that long. I need my 6 hours, I need my 8 hours. But then suddenly the third round of games, there's a bit of jeopardy going on because you've got 2 games at once. You've got Haiti beating Morocco twice. Obviously, during that game, Haiti initially couldn't even finish third anyway because of Scotland's games. But I think it's going to suddenly hit a point where suddenly all the games are going to become really good.
Yeah.
Because there's not been loads of major matchups yet because of all the massive load of teams in the tournament.
I have to say though, I have enjoyed the group stage games. There have been some upsets. There have been some good games. There have been some players that I've not
Some
heard
great
of
stories as well, hasn't there?
onto the scene. There's been some great stories. You know, the Curacao goalkeeper, to name but one.
Yeah.
Even the South Africa thing that I mentioned. I mean, in their first game against Mexico, not only did they lose that game, if you remember, they had a lot of the African countries wishing against them, so because of the political stuff that's going on in South Africa at the moment with some of the so-called xenophobic attacks on other African countries, nationals. So that's been Belgium as well. That's a story. I mean, 2 games, 2 points.
Yeah,
they
third.
could go out.
Yeah.
I mean,
But Belgium
there
are
is
so
upset.
past
Spain's
it.
first game.
Belgium are doing what Netherlands normally do.
Yeah.
That's how I
but
see it. That's
Belgium are
genuinely
doing
how
what
I see it.
Belgium normally do.
No, but Belgium normally get to the quarterfinals. They normally face a half decent team and then just get destroyed. That's all. They'll win one game they'll win one game by coming back from 2-0 down like they did against Japan or something. Then they'll get knocked out by like a Wales or a Co. Or get knocked out by just like as soon
I
as they
think what
come
we're seeing
out
with
against a
Belgium
good
though, is
team.
that they're an aging team. All of their best players, Lukaku.
Their manager came out and just went, Lukaku's too fat.
Yeah, but
He came out and said it, and then Lukaku comes on, and I know it was technically an own goal, but Lukaku comes on and basically immediately impacts the game. Then he starts, and he's.
I think
But
he's
Belgium
had weight
just
problems.
looked like
though,
one of
that.
those aging teams that are just lost. And then with all the furore as well over Doku and that stuff, it's just been entirely.
Well, I think
negative.
Doku's allowed to go and watch
Also,
the birth
can we
of his
just say
kid, no?
that I'm watching the highlights of the Scotland game now. White
Yeah.
shorts, Brazil. Doesn't look right.
Yeah, I
does it?
thought
Yeah.
They've got to be blue, but obviously you can't have the
It's
same
'cause-
coloured shorts.
Yeah.
on.
because
Scotland
Scotland
are
were
all
I
blue,
did
aren't
think
they?
that as well, to be honest.
I'm interested, that Brazil were the one that had to change their shorts instead of Scotland. You'd think you'd make Brazil the ones who would wear their. I don't know if it's
Scotland were the home team, so they probably got
Oh,
a shout to say, look, we're wearing.
How do they designate
Just
that?
the way it comes out the hat, isn't it?
Is it literally just like that? Because all of it was automated. I remember when we did the stream for all the groups and everything months ago on here. It's all
Tell
basically
you,
all
Alisson's
automated.
having a good tournament.
He is, yeah. So when we had Rog, the Brazilian fan that was on, big up him from London Ballers, he was waxing lyrical about Alisson the big time.
Yeah, he's the best in my eyes still. I know at the end of the season, there was a bit of controversy because he openly admitted that he was kind of saving himself to play for Brazil.
Yeah, that was just dumb.
But I think once we knew that the Champions League was secured, I understand maybe there was a little bit of leniency. And also it's good to get Mamadashvili some more minutes, Freddie Woodman. But he is just, in terms of shot saving, in terms of kicking, distribution, when he's on it, he's the best I've seen ever. When he's on
Ever?
it.
Wow,
yeah.
that's a big call.
It's a big call. But in terms of just that all-action goalkeeper that can do absolutely everything, and I sit right behind him in the Kop, and he's almost like, obviously, naturally he's the furthest back, so he shouts and he can see things that maybe a midfielder can't see. But he just ticks absolutely every box, including the box of he is injury-prone. So that's why I say when he's on it, on his day.
Too many stakes, isn't it?
Too many stakes, allegedly.
He's had too many stakes, lad.
Yeah, literally is.
Well, I'm still looking at this comment about the most expected quarterfinals, and I'm finding it really hard to try and predict what would happen. So let's say France versus Morocco.
That's a hell of a game.
That's a big one, man.
That's
Especially
a big
given
game.
the historical context between the two countries as well.
Yeah.
I can see France nicking it, but it could go right to the death, that one.
Yeah.
Where is that game as well?
I don't know where that game would be.
Is it in America?
I'm not sure. I'm just going off this comment here. But if it's France versus Morocco, I can see that being penalties,
I would lean towards France because I just think of all the teams, their squad is very deep. They have looked good in both their games. I just give them the edge. Morocco will test them though, without absolute doubt.
So Morocco are a side that the guys who came on from Rockefeller TV to do the Morocco Scotland watch-along, because I seem to have basically done like half the watch-alongs at 11 p.m. Is they were basically saying that Morocco's biggest problem is it's their biggest asset and their biggest problem is they are always as good as their opposition.
Yeah.
When they were playing Scotland, Morocco were poor. Scotland were poorer. Scotland didn't do anything apart from a back post cross to John McGinn that was really hard to finish anyway. But Morocco weren't great. They were sloppy in possession, everything. Against Brazil, when they came up against a good Brazil team, they were very, very good. Against Haiti, they were leaky. I know how actually Haiti's second goal is probably goal of the tournament so far.
Oh,
I don't know if you've
Isidore,
seen it.
what a goal.
Yeah, from Isidore. It's a
Left foot. Ball,
yeah,
up, down.
it's another one of those goals where the ball hasn't moved. It's happened quite a lot this tournament. I think Mbappe's goal against his first goal in their last game. I don't know if you saw like the slow-mo replays that BBC were doing with it, but the ball stays completely still.
Apparently, I saw somewhere Joe Hart said that the ball seems to be a lot quicker than previous balls. I think that's why you've maybe seen someone like an Mbappe hit it really hard.
We scored Mbappe's first game. His
But
first
Mendy
game
should have saved it, really, if we're being honest.
What, in the Senegal
That one
game?
from 40 yards out.
Oh, yeah.
Like Mendy should save that. But yeah, look, if the ball's flying at you and it's got new technology, they come out every year and
It's got
and
chips
there's,
in.
There's less panels in it. There's a more air.
Well, there's only 3 in this one. It's down
You know
there.
what I mean?
It's down there.
The triangle.
Yeah,
triangle.
there's only 3
Panels.
things. They're like boomerang shaped.
Right.
Yeah.
Similar to the Jabalani moved a lot though, didn't it?
Well, I
Up
think
and down
because the
there.
Jabalani thing was they tested it inside.
Yeah.
And then when it went outside and it was a lot hotter,
Right.
I think all the air in the ball expanded. And it's like, you know, when you those like Sondico balls and you
Yeah,
kick
at
on the
the
beach and stuff, and they're like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
When it's got
Floaters.
loads of air in it. Yeah, that's basically what happened with the Jubilani ball.
Yeah, floaters. Yeah, I mean, we're not a goalkeeper at the World Cup, so we can't really imagine what it's like when Mbappe
Puts his foot through it, yeah.
rasps one from 30 yards. But
Did you say
technology-
rasps or ras?
Both, did you say it? In my head, I was like, you're
the same thing, right?
Rasps,
Yeah,
but he
it's the
rasped
same
it.
thing, he did, yeah.
rasp it, to be fair.
So did Wilson Isidore. What a goal that was.
He rasped it.
Yeah, but are we saying that France versus Morocco? Would you put France?
I
through
edge
on
France, but it'd be a very, very good
1-0,
game.
2-1.
that? I think there'll be
2-1.
goals this
Yeah,
tournament.
2-1, I'm a 2-1.
There'll be very few clean sheets.
Could even be a 3-2, that one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And then Spain versus USA. As much as the USA have, but I think been surprisingly
Can the home
impressive
advantage count?
against Spain. I don't know.
In terms of like energy, they'll definitely be outnumbered, the Spanish, won't they, in that stadium?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
I think that would be
Spain,
a more
I think
difficult
you-
game
yeah,
for Spain
yeah.
than you'd think.
Oh, Spain are conceding.
Yeah.
Completely. So, that's what I've been most impressed with
Mulligan's been good.
with USA's team is the organisation of their attacking line. That's what I've been very, very
Shout
impressed
out
by
to
them in
Jesse
that way.
Marsh. The much maligned Jesse Marsh. Oh, he's Canada. isn't he?
I was about to say he's Canada.
Sorry.
That's all.
He's American.
He is American, yeah. That's why it was quite controversial. You say shout out to Pochettino, is what you're trying to say.
Pochettino, yeah.
It's Pochettino.
It was touch and go whether he'd even make this tournament with the start that he's had for America.
Yeah.
Yeah, the poor start. They didn't do a while, yeah.
Now, and they seem to like him now.
Yeah, he's
But no,
What a
I mean,
couple of wins can do, isn't it?
I mean, Canada. To
changed
be
his,
fair, Canada did
changed
go
his
through.
style as man's.
Who was it? Was it
Swag-
Rooney was
swagged up.
saying that he loved his gear? didn't
Yeah, he's swagged up, man. He's got the little loose suits going on. He's got the hair all, you know.
Yeah, but would we put? Would we
Miami
still put?
Vice.
Dylan's trim.
You what? Huh? Yeah, he actually kind of does, doesn't he? Yeah, they're like the kind of like the little.
He's got the old
pipe
Miami
curtains.
Vice
He's got a
sort
bit
of
of that
vibe
going on, yeah.
isn't he?
He's got the American diet as well, I
Almost a
think.
bit of Tony Montana in it as well. Yeah, he has.
He has got the American diet a little
Yes.
bit. He's been enjoying himself, Poch. I think he
I
has.
wonder what, like, it'd be interesting to know what all the teams. I assume they've all brought their own chefs, but it would be interesting to know what all of the teams are eating before a game.
Well, do you know
Talking
about Norway?
shout out to
Yeah, they
Belgium.
brought
He
their
called
chef,
me
didn't
today.
Well, they're flying food out there.
Yeah.
They brought their chef, and the chef has got a
Ireland's
plane.
like, mate, get that Wagyu and that raw milk out to me. 'cause
Yeah.
I've just been to Walmart and it's a joke in there.
Harlan's probably
E-numbers
flown his
everywhere.
barbecue out and gone, can
Yeah.
you make some fake rain again so I can flip them
But
on
I
the-"
imagine like the South American lads would be heavily like meat based, like barbecue stuff.
Mm.
I was hearing a
I'd love
story
to know
that
what
they-
America are eating
the-
though, because they can't be eating.
The
they'll be eating
Ghanaian
pasta and
chefs
chicken
couldn't get a
stuff.
visa, apparently.
Really?
That's what I heard. That's
Yeah.
what I've been told. I don't know how true that is, but yeah. So I don't know if they're eating wake and jollof rice. And,
Man, the jollof is sensational.
I've got to say,
I'm sure they
new
can get
fan.
that in America.
YouTube, at Box Park, YouTube were supplying these big things of jollof rice for all of us on in the creator thing. And it was
What did you
it
have
was
with
really,
it? Just
really
the
good.
rice on its own.
No, it was the rice, and they had like these weird pasties. I think it was basically just like a UK. But they were just bringing out boxes and boxes of food that had jollof rice.
You got to have
pasties.
jollof rice with some kind.
They had like sloppy Joe chips. I mean, it was really, really good. I was at Box Park. It was fantastic. Really good event. And also like really Ray and Nephew based cocktails. So it was.
on them, boy.
I had about 4 of them before kickoff.
You had
It's good
4
fun.
rare neffs.
A crazy boy. It's good fun.
Hold up, man. He
I enjoy myself. I enjoy myself.
Jamaican special.
I was in Croydon.
Well,
It's Croydon Box Park. What else?
There's
What
a lot
else
of
was I meant
Jamaicans
to
in
do?
Croydon,
Other than
bro.
have Ray and nephews and each other.
Jamaicans in
Could have also
Croydon
had
is
some apple
kind of
tea.
goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Could have had some Mount Gay. Could have had some Appleton.
There's a lot of Ghanaians in Croydon as well. But anyway,
Actually, to be fair,
That's impressive, mate. I didn't have you down as a
yeah, I didn't have.
I can.
Especially
I can,
4
I'm good
back
at,
to back. Were they back to back?
Well, it's just like it was like kind of. You had one of them. It was, it was just within the cocktail. It was like it's called like the final whistle cocktail or something. And Ray and Nephew's in. That's some other rums in.
damn.
Some other nice like
have been
grenadine
must
in.
have
Some
been a bit
pineapple
twist
juice. I filmed like 6 videos as well, and you can just. I filmed a video with Haters TV afterwards, and at one point they're interviewing me, and I just stumbled backwards. Like
Yeah, maybe
I watched it.
That was the creeper.
Yeah, that
They've
was the
they've
fourth one kicking
they've cut it out
was the
now.
first one.
But it was after the game. Yeah, but we
We're
put
off the clock.
yeah. When am I off the clock? When are any
Enjoy
of us off
yourselves,
the
mate.
clock?
Enjoy yourself.
Oh no, it was really, really good fun. Spain versus USA, putting Spain through
Yeah,
ultimately.
hard fought game, but yeah, in the end.
and then
Spain's
would
quality.
come this game. The most likely of the quarterfinal games would be Brazil versus England.
tied around.
Yeah, let me find out where that would be.
Is the last time they met in 2002 at World Cup?
Yeah,
True.
Japan.
Yeah, Ronaldinho free kick. By
Yeah.
the way, have you seen the Ronaldinho documentary
No,
No,
on Netflix?
he signed for a
Go
third.
and watch that. You'd love it.
He signed
love
for a
that.
Serie C team.
Yeah, yeah, I've
Ronaldinho
seen
has. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the goal is with
He
that.
lives in like this farm in Porto Alegre, I think, in Brazil. And there's just no one around him for miles. He said, I can make as much noise, can have as many girls here, parties.
He's still on that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
still on it.
you're right.
In the documentary, he says,
2002.
I've got no one to depend, like, no one really depends on me. I haven't got a wife. I'm just out here living life.
Enjoying it.
And then he talks about when he got arrested as well.
Oh,
You know, 'cause
yeah,
he was
of
in
course.
prison
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
bit
he
in
was, yeah.
Colombia, maybe.
As long as he's so much
Ooh,
that.
England Brazil would be in Miami.
Wow.
Quarterfinal in
Have a lot
Miami.
of Brazil fans there for that.
Not just
Yeah.
that,
A lot
the
of
Heat,
Brazilians in
and,
Miami.
Well, obviously Brazil played there yesterday. That game was in Miami, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
great
Brazil
story.
Scotland game. That could be an
you
incredible.
know what?
game.
That is a great game. I mean, okay, Brazil haven't looked fantastic, but they're still
Good match.
formidable. England, you know, one game looked really good, the next game not so good, but it's on the day with that one, really.
Yeah, what did you make of Neymar? His little cameo, 13 minutes, 3 chances created.
I was actually very impressed with him. You know,
I think Scotland at that point though were absolutely knackered, and they were just
whacking it up
gave
to McTominay, and Neymar was getting the ball back again.
Yeah.
It's just, I love Neymar. Obviously, like I've never
I'm not his
hidden
biggest
that.
fan.
I'm not a big
No?
fan of him, to be honest.
I've always
I think he's a
loved
brilliant
him.
player, but the personality for me has always been a bit awry.
I've always loved him.
I've never warmed to him, but yeah.
And so
brilliant talent.
seeing him back, I know obviously it's a controversial pick to have him back. And actually, Rog was saying, although obviously in Europe, all the news is basically every 2.5 months you see, Neymar's gone down again, Neymar's gone down. Rog basically said, if you actually watch the tapes of him in the last couple of seasons in Brazil, he's been one of the league's best players.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, he
the
has
clips
the
that I
talent.
see from him, where he's all walking around, not running. He's scared going into tackles. I mean, he's had some career-threatening injuries. Let's not forget that.
Well, ever since 2014, it's been 12 years
he got
worth
that
of
knee
them.
in the back in the World Cup.
Yeah.
against can't necessarily remember who it was against, but you know, you can see it in him. He kind of shirks away from tackles a little bit and doesn't want to do this skill because it might twist his knee up.
Against Colombia.
It was Colombia, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I think it was Acuna was the fella that put the knee into his back. He used to play in the
Zuninga.
Prem. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Juan Camilo Zuninga.
That'll be a hell of a game, though.
Yeah. Well, that is, and then, but now, you know, I'm going to
How
ask
likely
you.
is that, do you reckon, if you were to put a percent on it, that game happening?
Well, let's say England get through. They were playing Atlanta. So let's say England win their group. Like, England are likely to win their group against Panama. You know, obviously I'm saying touch wood. And they'd play...
Welshman.
Huh?
as a Welshman.
Well, because I've got
yeah,
it's very,
it
very
depends
personal
on-
for me.
yeah,
Because if
depends
personal for me, because if I've paid for these flights, but I can only actually stay in Atlanta if England are there because I'm staying with my mates.
Yeah. I mean,
so
still go anyway. Who cares? You're not.
it's
even
an extra like 800 quid for accommodation. I'll figure.
What,
I'll
so
just,
your mate saying you can't stay unless England are here?
no, because they won't be there.
But hasn't
They're
he got a
following
gaff there?
England.
Can't he just give you the keys and you stay in his?
They
gaff?
haven't booked the hotels yet. It's very look. Basically, Harry Kane stops going over the bar, or Tuchel, Starley, Watkins, or something. But it'd be at Atlanta, where it'd be against one of possibly like Ivory Coast, Ecuador, Uruguay, Cape Verde, Senegal, Austria, or Colombia. Some possible tough games there, but you'd put them odds on to go through. And then the next game would then be in Mexico City, which would be the round of 16, which would be possibly Mexico actually as one of the group they could play. And then, it would be likely Mexico that they would then play in that round.
Yeah.
Then there's the quarterfinals. So England have some increasingly tough oppositions to play, but it would be England versus Brazil would be the most likely game there. And I don't know if England get past Brazil.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you would have to make Brazil favourites. But listen, England on their day, I still think that there's a performance there. I do. If the squad is utilised.
I think Brazil are more likely to have a good game than England are, is the kind of the way I'm going to phrase this one.
Yeah, history would suggest that. But what I'm saying is, this is the reason why we brought Tuchel in, isn't it? To negotiate these types of games.
Well, how brave does Tuchel... not brave is the right decision. How ruthless does Tuchel need to be against Panama? Kane underperformed. Gordon absolutely ghosted.
I'd like to see him make a few
Undroppable,
changes,
though. Kane's
man.
undroppable. He's not going to drop Kane.
No,
But
it's not.
against Panama, would it not be a great time to drop Kane?
I agree.
If you've brought... Because you've not just brought one backup striker, you've brought two.
Oh, you got three. Oh, yeah, Tony.
That's what I'm saying. Tony and Watkins.
I mean, in his time, I don't really know, but in his time in 15 games as England manager, is he known to be a bit of a tinkerman, or does he? Because he has been ruthless just with his squad alone.
That's what I mean. I don't think it's being tinkering. I think it's being brutal. His squad is brutal.
See him not playing Harry Kane, the captain. I can't.
I
Yeah.
would probably start Harry Kane, but I wouldn't finish the game with him, if you know.
Didn't England play Panama in 2018 and beat them like 8-0 or something?
It's 6-0.
6-0.
That's why Kane scored a hat trick. It was like two pens and the weird back heel that he accidentally scored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that game actually. I was at a watch along over in South London. Yeah.
But who would we put through in that game?
Listen, he probably, as Alex says, it's unlikely he will not start Harry Kane, but I would like to see a couple of the other strikers get a look in.
Yeah, but I mean Brazil, England versus Brazil.
You'd have to edge it towards Brazil, but it wouldn't be
I'm
the biggest
selecting
surprise in the world
that
if
one.
England beat them. To be honest, it wouldn't.
Oh yeah, no, of course. I'm saying it's 55-45 in Brazil's
Yeah,
favour.
I'd say.
I can easily see this being
52-48.
2-2 penalties, then England
Yeah.
go through on penalties
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
100%. But for the sake of this, we're saying Brazil. Because then the other game was Argentina versus Portugal. The goat off. Well,
Wow.
like barely.
That happened.
Argentina, Portugal.
Winner takes all.
Craziest game.
Yeah.
Quarterfinals
I
of the
mean,
World Cup.
Messi is the better player, but
Yeah, it's not-
it
it's
would
not- yeah.
feel like pure cinema.
That's the kind of game
Cameras would just be on them
Ronaldo
through
and
the
Messi
whole
will
time.
both score in that game.
Yeah, it's made for them both, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be some matchup. I don't know the last time they ever faced off in Ronaldo Messi era
I
at the
don't
World
know.
Cup. I don't think that the stars have never really aligned like that.
No, they
have
haven't. Well, because Portugal have been a bit dire and so have Argentina up until they won it last year.
Yeah.
They've had their failings. I genuinely think there's a solid case for Portugal to get through here. Because I think Messi and Ronaldo aside, and that's a weird thing to say, but Portugal's team, the other 10 players, are better than the other 10 players in Argentina's side.
I would agree.
As soon as Messi comes off, Messi scored all 5 of their goals. As soon as Messi comes off, they look a bit
I will
toothless.
go one further than that and say that if you take Messi out of the equation, they've not looked that good.
Yeah, I'd agree.
No, that's what I'm saying. They've looked like, even when Messi came off against Algeria, they didn't score. Obviously, they didn't score again. They looked a bit poor. And I don't think Argentina have been anywhere near as good as they were in the 2022 World Cup.
No.
Aside from Messi, so I
Team,
genuinely,
then.
I think Portugal might go through
Would
against
you
them.
start Lautaro or Julian for the next game? They have gone with Martinez.
Yeah, Lautaro Martinez has started both, and he just looks better. But
It's a bit more of a physical
Because it is a
presence
bit of a
up front.
4-4-2, isn't it? The way they
Oh
play.
yeah, it is a 4-4-2. Yeah, 4-4-1.
I'd go
kind of thing.
Alvarez.
I agree.
I'd go
I think it's a good time to go and kind of see what happens. This is what I'm saying with England. Drop Gordon, drop Madueke, drop these other. Maybe even drop Declan Rice. Try and play some other players.
Yeah.
Same with Argentina here. You've won 2 of your games. You are going to go through. Probably going to win your group. So I think maybe start Alvarez, because
They might
Alvarez.
risk Messi.
So this is a guy who just had a £130 million bid put in for him by Real Madrid. This is no
desperate for
joke
that
player.
transfer now, isn't
Yeah,
he?
have you seen what he's been saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been talking a lot.
Best thing is for me to have a transfer, but to be fair to Atletico, they're saying, the release clause is 500 mil. So pay that, otherwise we're not talking.
Everyone's release
And he
clause
might
in
do it
Spain is
Isak.
500 mil.
You might have to do it Isak and
Head off to
strike.
Barcelona, because Barcelona he wants to go to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crazy.
You have to go to one of your first ever clubs to train with them. That's how Isak did it. Do you remember he went to Sociedad to train?
Oh yeah, he did.
So
Didn't
he'd
he?
have to go back to like River.
He went
Plate or
back to the
something.
club that Newcastle signed him
trained
from.
with them,
Trained
yeah.
with them. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of jokes.
Shocking, that.
I know it may be slightly controversial, but I'm putting Portugal through over if they faced off against Argentina. It would be a ridiculous game, but I
can
think
see that as well.
I think Portugal will beat Argentina.
I think there's obviously the key, and it's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. If you can keep Messi quiet, then you have a good chance of beating them. That being said, though, they do have some heavy hitters: Alvarez, Lautaro Martinez, we spoke about. But yeah, I wouldn't.
I'm putting
Count that out.
I'm putting Portugal through.
You know what? I would say 1-1 in normal time. Portugal go through on penalties.
Really?
God, I imagine Ronaldo that 5th pen.
Giving it back
Messi,
to Messi.
by the way, Messi, who, by the way, he's already has never been fantastic at penalties.
Missed a pen.
Messi, his penalties have been the only crux, I think, in Messi's career. Is he's missed a fair few big ones.
I mean, that one he missed the other day, that was a big miss, wasn't it?
Missed against Saudi Arabia as well in the last one. I know he scored against Saudi Arabia.
when
Did
they
he miss
lost
one
2-1.
as well, though,
Yeah, he did.
in that game. I
I think he might have missed one against Iceland as well or something. Who'd you put through, Alex?
Oh, that's tight. Purely just on their doggedness and know-how, I'll edge it to Argentina.
Okay.
But on paper, Portuguese midfield is better than the Argentinian midfield.
Yeah.
And I think that's where most games are won.
I think
so.
Portugal's their defence is.
But Argentina have got a decent conceding record. They barely conceded.
Yeah.
Your boy's now had a good season, hasn't he? McAllister.
Yeah, but it's like Romero. He goes away with Argentina and becomes the McAllister that you
They
saw.
definitely-
Like Gakpo. Gakpo's always
Yeah.
great for Netherlands.
We might have to change our colours to orange next season to accommodate Gakpo.
God, that's going to be a weird third kit.
Seriously, bro. We've had orange fur kits in the past.
Actually, I don't know about Liverpool.
No,
and
no,
orange.
they're not good.
That's
New Balance
gross
as well.
But panels, Portugal, Argentina. We'll put Portugal in for them because I want to just for rocket ranked. I'd rocket ranked to 4 maybe because then the semi-finals would then be France versus Spain and Brazil versus Portugal. Wow. 2 sets of fantastic semi-finals.
Gogo
So
Benito.
four, yeah, properly. So 4 rocket ranked
France versus Brazil final
with those 4
19.
names. You give me a 1 to 4 about who would be then the most likely to win the World Cup.
France
Obviously-
number 1, Brazil number 2, 3 Spain, 4 Portugal.
And obviously, if you do want to go out to the World Cup to watch those games, Rocket Mobile have 1 gigabyte that you can use internationally, even outside of Europe. Because obviously, it's £16 a month, actually £10 a month at the moment. Flash sale going on, £10 a month for unlimited calls, text data, and 20 gigs to use in the EU, and also a gigabyte to use internationally if you're heading out to the US or wherever in the world for the summer holidays, plus perks, content, other prizes. You've got obviously Rocket have been sponsoring the fantastic watch-alongs for the England games they've been doing in Brighton. They've been looking at so much fun. James has been saying some of the best things he's been involved in. Abby's been saying them they love it. But if you want to learn more about the Rocket Mobile perks and everything and get your £10 a month deal, just £10 a month. I'm paying 16. You can pay just 10.
New customers. Nice.
Huh? Yeah, if you're new customers only, so I can't even get it. So you can get a better deal than I have. And I talk about Rocket Mobile 5 days a week, probably 6 days a week actually. But scan the QR code on the bottom right side of your screen, or click the link in the description if you're watching on YouTube. But I think, France versus Spain, France go through. Brazil versus Portugal.
Brazil go through.
There's the 3rd and 4th place game as well that still happens, right?
Yeah. Brazil versus Portugal. I don't know. I actually don't know.
Yeah, I think Brazil would.
Oh, that's really hard, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd have to favour Brazil in that.
I'll go Brazil. France, Brazil.
What a final.
France, Brazil.
Is that the same as 98?
Yeah. 3-0 France.
3-0 France, yeah. I think... I know I just keep saying... I think I keep saying penalties to try and like sit on the fence a little bit here. But I can also see Brazil...
Haven't you?
Huh?
Got splinters, haven't you?
I think I do, to be fair.
Sit
But
on
Brazil
that
versus Portugal. But it seems I'm looking at thinking that game's like 3-3 game kind of thing. 2-2 after extra time. Ronaldo scoring in in extra time, and then Vini Jr. coming back or Cunha coming back and scoring one. I think that I do favour Brazil. Yeah, and I'm not just saying that because they're my sweepstake team.
Fair enough.
They are my sweepstake team. But and then if we were and then Brazil versus France
How's
final.
New Zealand getting on? They're my sweepstake team. Are they through to them?
New Zealand are playing. Oh, who are they playing in the next round? Let me find it quickly.
Germany are on tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, Germany are on tonight. New Zealand are playing against Belgium.
Yeah. Tough game.
And if New Zealand play Belgium, let me just find it very quickly. They're bottom of their group, but if they beat Belgium, they get 4 points, which could send them to second because Egypt are playing Iran. So New Zealand could go from 1 point. And I'm not saying if they beat Belgium. Belgium have been very, very poor. New Zealand's football actually hasn't been that bad. I think New Zealand have actually been okay football-wise. But I think, yeah, from just my rocket rank to finish that one, Brazil, France, Spain, Portugal. I think I'll go with there.
Nice.
Because it's the Brazilians in that final against France.
Yeah.
Like travelling up again, playing. It would just be. And I can already see it. Neymar coming off the bench, scoring the winning goal, assisting the winning goal with like 10 minutes to go, something like that.
Some story that would be.
Some story that. But then Mbappe would then have the chance to still end up as more goals. So if we're predicting maybe Argentina to go out in the quarterfinals against Portugal, then Mbappe would have 2 games to score 2 more goals than Messi this tournament to then end up becoming the all-time top goal scorer over Messi. Obviously, Messi is currently the all-time top goal scorer.
Yeah. Could happen, mate. We've seen this news. Andre Onana to Trabzonspor.
Yep. Back
Happy
on
about
loan
that?
again because no one wants to
He
buy
must be
him.
gutted.
I'm fuming. Mega fuming. Yeah, no, it's sending on loan, sending Onana back on loan again. It'll just be there, they'll cover his wages. We're never going to get a transfer fee for him. Who would buy him? No one would buy him. So it's just a case of making sure that you don't lose any money on him.
What a shocking transfer that was.
Honestly, it's terrible. I was thinking about it earlier on today. It's that 2023 window and 2024.
Is that one of Ten Hag's?
2023, yeah, we had Højlund, Anthony, Onana.
Gosh.
Yeah,
Shocking.
bad.
You ever scouted those players, man? Wow.
Eric Ten Hag did. He basically went, I want my Ajax boys. That's pretty much the end of it.
Fair
But yeah,
enough.
that's pretty much end the show on a fantastic note, on a great note. But thank you guys so much for coming. Obviously, Laurie, thank you as always. Alex, thank
No
you
worries,
as always.
Peter.
As always.
Hope you guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and hope you guys at home enjoy your day too. Enjoy the games tonight. We've got a couple good games coming up tonight.
Who
Let
we
me
got
just get them
tonight?
up quickly. The games we got today is Curacao versus Ivory Coast and Ecuador versus Germany, and then at midnight it's Japan versus Sweden and Tunisia versus Netherlands, with Paraguay and Australia facing off alongside Turkey and the USA at 3 a.m.
The game of the day.
Ecuador, Germany there, or Japan, Sweden. Japan, Sweden could be a fantastic game. Sweden have said, Graham Potter's got to prove himself. But obviously, we'll be here to cover all of it tomorrow morning at 12:30, the 12:30 show, football daily roundup show. We'll be here at 12:30 every day. And then 5 o'clock, back here for live at 5, plus loads of content coming throughout the weekend. We're here to cover the World Cup, all transfer news, all action. Make sure to check out Rocket Mobile, £10 a month for unlimited everything and 20 gigs to use in the EU. Click the link below or scan the QR code. Apart from that, I've been Dylan, your host today. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you soon. Cheers.
Cool, mate.
What's wrong
The
with
Don
you?
doesn't
Are you
sound
some
happy
kind of
there,
idiot?
does he?
You got to do better.
Sounds like someone's getting fired in there.
The hell's wrong with you lot? Your levels are dropping.
Ty in there.
Mate, I think Ty might be getting the old tic-tac.
That's just appalling.
What, out
That's
of the door?
poor.
Getting the elbow, mate, yeah.
What, latest sunshine?
Yeah.
For good.
Hopefully.
The Don's not happy. Ty, you alright?
We're in a title race. You've got to be putting chances like that away.
Rocket Mobile gets you unlimited data, calls and texts for just £16 a month. Plus your invite into the Rocket Perks programs. It's the plan for the real fans.